how dry. So jumping right in, we are going to spray Shelby's face, who is my model for the day, with some Smashbox primer water. I just wanted the stuff to stick to her face a little bit better. I am using Mehron's face paint. I don't know the exact name of it, but I will post it down below. I got it at a local party store, so it's not that hard to actually find. Just pick it up at any like party store near you or whatever, or that carries theatrical paint. That's what I'm using, and I'm using a little sponge that you could probably pick up at the dollar store as well to blend into her face. Beetlejuice is pale, and Shelby is already pretty pale, so I just wanted to make her a little bit more pale. And then I'm using a setting powder. This one that I'm using is by Maybelline, and I used it to set her entire face, so it would be easier to blend things out on top of the face paint, and it just holds it all together. And then I'm taking some green eyeshadows to contour her face a little bit, and then I took a brown shadow to dirty up her face because Beetlejuice is very dirty. He's not very clean, you know, he's dead, so we want to make her look as dead as possible. After you have some brown where you want it, we're moving on to the eyes. I used Cargo eyeshadow primer for this part because I wanted the shadows to stick to her eyes and last a little bit longer than 10 seconds. So I'm also setting that with a white eyeshadow, which it didn't really come up very well, but I just went with it anyways. And then for her crease, I'm using a gray shimmery looking shadow to prep for the black. For the gray, we're going to go in with a black eyeshadow. You guys can take any eyeshadows for this, really. I used my BH Cosmetics 120 color eyeshadow palette, but really you could just use whatever black and whatever gray you have on hand to make it as accessible and cheap as possible. Also going to want to do these steps that are like with your eye shape. She has hooded eyes, so with the eyeshadow I kind of winged it out in a way because I wanted to put a little glam with the look, not just gore, and I feel like this kind of pulled the look all together doing it this way opposed to just slapping black eyeshadow on to her eyes. So I was trying to make it a little bit, I don't know, better or a little bit more unique. I don't know how to word that. And then as you can see, I'm adding purple to all over her lid. I like this. A lot of Beetlejuice looks have purple or black, but I wanted to incorporate both in mine because I feel like that would be a little bit more unique and add a little bit more color to her being dead. After the eyeshadow, we are going back to the rest of the face after this, and I'm just taking this Real Techniques contour brush and I'm using more green. I didn't like that it wasn't so like, I don't know, prominent. I wanted more green, so I added more to the contours of her face. And then going back to her neck, I just want to dirty it up some more, so I'm just kind of mixing up a bunch of colors to get that kind of icky green color that Beetlejuice kind of has, and then eventually I'm going to add more brown and black to her neck as well. And then for some extra dimension, I'm taking this Ben Nye Bruise wheel and just this icky green because I didn't have like a deep green in my eyeshadow palette, so I wanted to give her a little bit more dimension, and I'm taking like a little sponge to give like some of that stippling that looks like she kind of just came out of the ground because Beetlejuice kind of came out of his coffin. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it on her face along her contour and just kind of putting it all over her neck and her chest, so it kind of just adds up a little bit more. Since her arms are going to be covered, you don't have to worry about that part. And then for under her eyes, it's pretty much self-explanatory. The same purple eyeshadow that you use, put it underneath the eyelid, and then the black underneath that right afterwards because I wanted to add some dimension and be able that you guys can see the purple underneath it as well and not just be, you know, a black blob. After the eyeshadow, I felt like her waterline needed to be lined, so I'm using a black eyeliner. This is optional. It also depends how you want your Beetlejuice to be, but I wanted her to have black liner in her waterline to pull it all together. After the eyes, we're going to move on to the teeth, and I got this really cool teeth stuff that makes your teeth look all green and gross, just like Beetlejuice's. So we had to dry her teeth and have her sit there for a little bit, and then once it was dry, we just coated it, and it tasted like mint, and to take it off, all you use is toothpaste or alcohol.
Alright. Dude, this is pulling the look together.
After the teeth are done, we're going to move in with lipstick, and we are using Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick in Weirdo. And I honestly love that we had this on hand to use, because I honestly think this really made the look come together. Like, I keep saying that, but I really think it did. And then setting her face, we used Wet n Wild's makeup setting spray, so none of it would go anywhere. After we set her face, I decided to throw on some falsies, so we're using the Morphe brushes, number 79 in black. I thought I could just show you guys so you know which ones she decided to slap on her face, and I made her do this part because I suck at applying false lashes on myself, let alone someone else, so yeah. Then for the fun part, Shelby's just prepping her hair to go in the wig. This wig I found at, again, my local party store. So you could probably just find it at yours too. If you want to be girl Beetlejuice, or if you just want his typical crazy hair, you could tease your own hair, or, you know, whatever works. But I really, really like this wig for the Beetlejuice look. And then for the wig, I just decided to brush it out and then tweeze it a lot, because you're dead, you laid in a coffin. So it's gonna have to look a little bit messy, and this wig was super easy to tease as well, so that was great. And that pretty much concludes this look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!